Michael Frankel for CageMinds.com, back again with another Jackson's MMA Series 26 pre-fight interview presented by MAC10. That's MMA CK10. Give them a like on Facebook. And here, momentarily, we're going to be joined by Chris Cortez, Force of One Fighting Championships. Looking forward to seeing him pro side of the card. Buffalo Thunder, October 27th, Jackson's MMA Series. So another interview today. Hopefully you joined us earlier. If you haven't, go back, take a look at it. We talked to Jabari Grubbs, who will be on the amateur side of the card. Here's Chris. Let's get him added in, and we will have a great interview going. Sun's adding, ladies and gentlemen. Momentarily, let's see, hopefully.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
So you're kind of coming in and out. I believe I'm joined now. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, can you hear me? One second.
Yeah. All right.
And when you say he's only working on speed, which one we go? Just the jab? All right. One's
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Thank you cutting in and out, man. We got some crazy weather going on over here right now.
Okay,
All right, I'm all right, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Cool. How you doing?
I can. What's up, man?
So, you at the gym right now?
Yeah, I'm actually finishing up practice right now.
Where are you at?
I'm at Dominion MMA now over in San Antonio, Texas. Training with Midman Joe Peretta and Ray Rodriguez.
Oh, wow, Ray. Okay, I just had an opportunity to interview him. He's got a fight coming up, right?
Oh, that's another Ray Rodriguez, but yeah, he has a fight with LFA. You talking about the judge, Ray the Judge?
And which?
Yeah. Midman Joe Peretta actually trains him as well.
Oh, okay. So you've now moved up to San Antonio.
Yeah. So a little quick story on that for those that don't know. Yes, I am a MMA professional fighter, but I'm also active duty military. I've been in the Air Force for 6 years now. I believe I did say that on our last interview. But just to follow up on it, I was in Clovis, New Mexico for 5 years. And so I was training over there with Force of One, Eric Swan. They got a great team over there, a bunch of killers. But I've had the opportunity, the Air Force has now sent me to San Antonio, and now I get to train with Dominion MMA, who actually is pretty good as well and has some good fighters as well.
So when did this change happen?
So I made my move over here in July. I got over here to San Antonio July 3rd. So that kind of explains why I've been out the fight game for a little bit. I've been out, 4 months now. That's unusual for me. I stay active. I like to fight. I take fights every other month if I can. So that explains why I've been out for a little while. But hey, I'm back October 27th.
This is going to be your first fight then with Dominion?
Yes, this will be my first fight. Ran my whole camp through Dominion MMA.
What has that been like? The move, everything, getting used to the new surroundings of San Antonio?
Man, honestly, moving to San Antonio, I feel like it lit a new flame for me. I've had a fire under me while I was in Clovis, but I think this one's a new flame. And being over here, making this move, I think it made me a lot more healthy. I'm more disciplined over here. I got some great coaches. I'm working, I've been working a lot of striking with Midman Joe, and I'm feeling a lot more fluid than I used to. So I'm feeling great.
What were your thoughts coming off of the win? Jackson Wink Fight Night 3, a hard-fought decision over Ricky Esquivel. What was your thoughts walking away back in June?
Honestly, that was probably, you know, I'm my biggest critic. So looking back on that fight, that was probably one of my worst performances. So to be able to come off that fight with the win, it meant a lot, but at the same time, it was a huge learning lesson because it was way too close and I wasn't happy with the performance. So having that, you know, I kind of took it as a huge learning lesson. And I think that had something to do with lighting that flame as well when I came over here to San Antonio. So I've been watching that fight constantly over and over, seeing where I can improve, seeing where I can progress. And the way I'm feeling now, I'm feeling a whole lot more fluid than that fight.
What did you feel were your glaring weaknesses looking back at the fight as much as you have? What's frustrated you the most?
Really, it was my cardio that I feel like that was the worst part of it. But even with that bad cardio, it was my mind, my mentality that finished that fight. So having that is a huge positive. But still made me want to get that cardio up so I don't have to rely so much on my mentality.
Right, you had to go back to the wrestling, fight down on your mouthpiece, and really grind that one out. So you weren't happy with that kind of performance at that point.
No, definitely not.
Now looking forward, and what's the excitement level? Is there an excitement level or an anxiousness level about the first fight with the new camp?
A little bit of both because I have been out of the cage for 4 months now. So I am a bit anxious to get back in there, but I'm also ready. I'm very ready, very confident, and knowing what I'm capable of doing. With this new team, Dominion MMA, they've made me a lot more fluid, like I've said before, with my striking, and my ground game hasn't went nowhere. It's still good. My cardio is the best it's ever been. So I'm feeling very ready for this fight.
Hi, Heather. I know you want me to say that. Hi, Heather. We can see that you're watching.
Hey, Heather.
Right, exactly. Looking at this fight, do you know anything about your opponent? Do you know anything about Rodney?
I know a little bit about him. I don't know a whole lot, but that again, that doesn't bother me at all because I do know what I'm capable of doing. Uh, and as an MMA fighter, there's only so many things that you can do. There's only so many arts that you can do. There's striking and there's ground game. So whether his striking is good, I'm very good at adapting. So whether his striking is good or his ground game is good, I will find out. I will figure out what he's not good at, and that's where I'll capitalize.
Were you able to? We've talked about where you wanted to grow from, but did you take positives away from the last victory?
Yeah, yeah, like I said before, my mentality showed a lot in that fight, and I was able to show the fans and the supporters everything that I'm really capable of doing, even when I'm not at my best. Being able to finish that fight, Ricky was 3-0. He was definitely he was supposed to win that fight. He was. I guess if there was betting odds, he would have had the best betting odds. But even with all that, walking in there, I walked in there and got booed the whole way out. And then I ended up taking the win, and everybody was cheering for me on the way out. So all that right there, it kind of you know made me feel good. But at the same time, like I said, I'm my biggest critic, and deep down, I know that I need to get better.
How did you take the build up? There was a little bit of talk back and forth, and then that emotion fight night of the booze. How did you feel that all played in when you look back at it now?
Oh, that definitely didn't take any toll on the fight at all. Everything is business for me. Like others may take things personal. It's always business for me. It's always has been, and every fight would just be another fight for me. It's never personal, so that doesn't bother me one bit.
Have you prided yourself already on taking these tougher challenges? Some guys look for kind of easier fights, but you've had some opponents already, like taking on Ricky, like going with Ronnie. You're taking on some guys with some chops to them that also have victories under the belts.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. I'm 24 years old now. I'm not getting younger, so I need those top fights. I need that exposure. So all the top guys, I want all of them. That's the only way that I'm gonna get exposure. And having those top level fights, that's the only way I'm gonna get the experience that I need to be at that top level.
Are you still expecting to take the same fights even with the different camp? We've seen you here locally. Are you still expecting to kind of fight in New Mexico, or are you going to be possibly looking at different promotions? Do you have those expectations yet?
Oh yeah, I don't mind. I'll fight anywhere. So with any promotion, if if they're willing to get me out there and they got a good name to fight, something that makes sense to give me the exposure that I need, I would take any fight. I will fight anybody.
And as far as being in San Antonio, at one point we had talked, and you were just going to concentrate on MMA at a point after the Air Force. Was that correct?
Yeah. I actually extended 2 more years to get here to San Antonio. So my first contract in the Air Force was for 6 years. In order to get over here to San Antonio and be able to spread out and have more opportunities in the fight game, I went ahead and extended 2 years. So now my contract is 8 years instead of six. So I'm still active duty military. I'm still serving the country while fighting professionally, training full time. So yeah, I, I have to see in 2 more years where I'm at with the MMA fight game to see whether or not I will be getting out the military.
Has it felt any different now, the new post, and completely training full time because you are a professional?
No, it doesn't feel any different. I'm actually going to school too. Like I'm really good with time management. So I go to work, I wake up at 5 in the morning and I go to sleep by 10 p.m. I get home around 9 p.m. So I'm out all day. I'm going to work and then I come train and then I do my schoolwork. I'm one class away from getting my associate's degree. So I'm doing all at once with time management and just staying focused.
Associates in what?
Logistics. It'll be an associates in logistics.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how have you found the ability? Is it just something you've mastered to be able to divide your time up like this? It sounds like a very hectic schedule.
Yeah, it is. Basically Monday through Friday. I'm nonstop going. And really, just I guess trying to master my mind as far as my mentality and just being calm all the time and not getting overwhelmed. I think that has a lot to do with it. So staying calm, praying a lot, things like that keep me going, keep me strong.
What have been some of the obstacles you've had to overcome in just doing everything that you're doing right now?
Obstacles. Really, I wish I had another hour in the day, but I mean, other than that, that's why I had to really focus on time management because without that, everything would go crazy and I wouldn't know where to start, where to end my day. So yeah, just time management has kept me out of those obstacles.
And what's going to be some of the keys for you to keep being able to grow and become the fighter that you envision you being?
Just staying focused, giving my coaches everything I got day in and day out, and praying. I gotta pray always.
And how big of a part of life for you is God, your side, religion?
And God is number one. Without God, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be nothing I am. So, yeah, I give God all the glory and everything that I do. If you see every fight, every time I win, I point up. I point up to God. It's all the glory to God every time.
So this one coming up, who's going to be in your corner?
It'll be Dominion MMA and Force of One, Eric Swan and Joe Peretta and Ray Rodriguez.
Has that been easy getting used to hearing a new voice? With Eric for quite a while, kind of get used to hearing that same voice yelling at you in bed every day. How has that been adjusting, hearing a new voice?
Really, it hasn't been a huge adjustment. They open their arms to me, and they've been very good coaches and very good supporters throughout. Even leading up to this fight, they've been helping me market myself over here in the San Antonio area. So honestly, with open arms, it hasn't had to be a big adjustment.
Let's talk about that. How are some ways that you've been marketing yourself now?
Yeah, so we did a podcast with Whistling Wolf on Instagram. We did a few pictures with Boxio. What is it? Boxio Imperial on Instagram. And you know, of course, I'm on the line right now with Cage Minds. So hey, uh, and Sports Tonight is working on a video for me as well.
How is that side of the game? How has it felt having to think of those professional outlets, also the marketing yourself, that you are a brand, a business?
Man, I'm actually loving it because this is another area that I need to get better at. Talking, you know, in front of people has never been one of my big points. So being able to have these opportunities, uh, it's making me better in a different aspect of life. So I'm greatly appreciative of this as well.
We have Chris. We have a hard-nosed wrestler who's religious, who's serving the country. What else do people need to know about Chris Cortez?
Yeah, so I'm a dad as well. I got a 5-year-old daughter. So, you know, and she's just like me. So putting that time in to get her, you know, because I want to get her started in wrestling too, because she's very aggressive. You know, she likes to wrestle, she likes to fight. So I want to get her started in something, some kind of sport to get her started as well. It's a big part of my life. Other than that, you know, going to school. Between all that, I'm a busy guy, so that's as far as, you know, mastering time management, that's as far as I've gotten so far. I haven't been able to balance, you know, something else in there quite yet.
Wondering if you miss fighting, but I don't know if you've had the time to miss it. You haven't been active in a little bit. How hungry are you for this fight?
I'm very hungry. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of anxious to get back in that cage. Um, I just want to be able to, you know, like I said, I'm 24 years old and I need all the exposure I can. So I need to win this fight and get a bigger fight the next one and just keep on winning. That's what I need to do.
Awesome, sir. It's been great getting to talk to you. It does seem like that weather's pretty nasty out there in San Antonio right now.
Yeah, it's been raining all day today. It kind of came out of nowhere. It got cold too, so trying to adjust to that.
Oh man, here too, it dropped like 20, 25 degrees in like 10 days. It just went from it was shorts weather to sweater weather.
I'll make sure to bring all my sweaters when I get down there.
Awesome, awesome. Sir, who did you need to thank and who did you need to shout out to?
I would like to shout out a couple of my sponsors. I got EDOC Tattoos and Independent Auto Hell. They work on vehicles. They're both out of Lubbock, Texas. I want to thank them for helping me out financially to be able to buy everything that I need to practice and get me to Santa Fe in a healthy manner. And I want to thank, you know, Dominion MMA for opening their arms to me. And I also want to thank Eric Swan from Force of One for still keeping in touch and, you know, helping me out in any way that he can. And last but not least, I want to thank God for everything.
Awesome, sir. How can everybody keep up with you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Dirty Texas MMA, or just go to the dirtytexasmma.com website and you'll see everything, all my social media on there.
Awesome. October 27th, Jackson's MMA Series 26. We'll see you at Buffalo Thunder. Thank you for the time, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.